We're standing in the White Mountains of California, surrounded by trees that were already ancient when the Roman Empire was still a rough draft. Somewhere up there lives the oldest known tree on Earth. It has a name, it has a birthday older than civilization, and it absolutely does not want you to know where it is. So naturally, we went looking for it. This is our hunt for Methuselah, the oldest known living non-clonal organism on the planet. Current estimates put Methuselah at just over 4,850 years old. To put that in perspective, Methuselah sprouted before Stonehenge was finished. He was already middle-aged when the pyramids went up, and when Julius Caesar crossed the Rubicon, this tree had been quietly minding its own business for 3,000 years. Our journey starts in Big Pine, California, just 15 minutes south of Bishop, the largest city in the Eastern Sierra. We start on Highway 168, which peels east off Highway 395, headed to nowhere, if we're reading the map correctly. The road climbs quickly, and the twists start coming, and the highway, in air quotes, even becomes a one-lane road for a short distance. Shortly thereafter, we turn onto White Mountain Road, where the altitude gain gets serious. The road climbs fast, switchback after switchback, as sagebrush gives up to alpine air, and the White Mountains rise like a stone wall between worlds. One side of you looks west, towards the snowy spine of the Sierra Nevada. The other side drops off towards Death Valley, one of the hottest and lowest places on Earth. And right here, between extremes, trees figured out how to live forever. Just before the pavement ends, you'll arrive at the Schulman Grove Visitor Center, named for Edmund Schulman, the scientist who was an early student of the modern science of tree ring analysis, or dendrochronology. He realized that bristlecone pines don't just tell time, they archive it. Droughts, volcanic eruptions, climate shifts stretching back thousands of years. These trees are living hard drives filled with the history of the area's climate. And now the obvious question: if Methuselah is here, why isn't there a sign that says, "World's oldest tree, this way"? Because humans. After another ancient bristlecone was identified decades ago, people did what they do best. They trampled roots, carved initials, took twigs as souvenirs, and loved it to death. So Methuselah's exact location is deliberately unmarked. Park rangers know, scientists know, and the tree would prefer you didn't, which honestly feels fair. Bristlecone pines don't look impressive at first. They're not towering like sequoias. They don't reach for the sky. That's because growth is expensive and survival is about budgeting. This is hardly the giant forest, though.
It's not, but it's unique. It has a beauty all of its own.
Instead of growing big, bristlecones grow slow, painfully slow. They'll let entire sections of themselves die to protect just a narrow ribbon of living tissue. Some of these trees are more dead than alive, and that's exactly why they've lasted so long. They don't fight harsh conditions, they adapt to them. They retreat, they conserve. Honestly, they keep their eye on the prize, survival. The tree's age is determined by counting its growing rings, one per year. With bristlecones, scientists use specialized core samples, taken carefully so it isn't killed by revealing its age. Schulman discovered that these rings do more than just count years. They cross-reference history, overlapping patterns, allowing scientists to verify ages with astonishing accuracy. That's how we know Methuselah isn't a myth, legend, or estimate. It's just math. From the visitor center, we follow the trail into the grove, guided in part by a YouTube video that hinted where to look. And it must be true because it was on some rando's video on YouTube. The hike is gentle but surreal. You can feel the altitude. We're 10,300 feet too, so this could be a bit of a slog. But we're almost at the Methuselah tree, if you're to believe the rando on the interwebs. The ground is pale, rocky, and dry. The trees twist and coil like driftwood frozen in mid-storm. And then you notice the roots. They're exposed, polished by millennia of erosion. Roots that were underground back when the woolly mammoths still existed. We spotted several strong candidates for trees that could be Methuselah, based on the massive exposed root systems, and barely there living bark clinging to ancient eroded wood. This here may be the oldest tree in the world, or one of these others. We'll never be sure which one is the oldest, but if you're a ranger or scientist in the know, please leave a comment if one of our candidates is the longevity king. That mystery is part of the magic. You're required to use your own brain and powers of observation. We like that. One critical thing to know when visiting: there are no food facilities in the visitor center, so plan ahead. Our move? Stop in Bishop and grab picnic supplies from Shotta's Bakery, specifically the award-winning mule kick sandwich. It's legendary for a reason, and yes, it comes with a cookie. You'll want a cookie when contemplating the scale of time when it comes to prehistoric living things. Despite housing the oldest trees on Earth, this place has never been crowded on our visits. You get silence, space, perspective. To the west, the Sierra Nevada, to the east, Death Valley. And all around you, trees that had outlived empires, religions, and entire ways of life. They don't rush, they don't panic, they don't try to be the biggest things in the room, they just endure. Standing among bristlecone pines forces an uncomfortable but beautiful thought. Longevity isn't about constant growth, it's about knowing what to hold on to and what to let go. These trees survive by accepting change and adapting quietly, and by focusing their energy only on what matters. As we age, there might be worse lessons to learn. I'm thinking of throwing away my rock climbing gear. If you have other favorite areas in the White Mountains, please leave them in the comments below. If you like these kinds of lighthearted, first-person, no-stock footage videos, please like and subscribe to help others find these videos. If you want to be notified on future videos, hit that bell. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next video.